Hey guys, so this assignment that I'm giving you now is going to focus on lines number 8, 9, and 10 out of our book, and you're going to see a few different video clips that I recorded at different parts in my week when I had some free time. But each one will talk about a different concept, and it's going to introduce the breath mark that you'll see on the top of page 7. So this is lines number 8, 9, and 10. All three of them are very similar, but they have different note combinations. Hope this helps, guys. So virtual sixth graders, all of the lines that we play from line 1 through 10 in our book are all based around just the whole note, which is just 4 counts. And so I think I went over this in the sizzle video, but just to clarify, we're going to be picking up this stuff slowly through the year. You're going to hold the note like you sizzled it for 4 counts. And then they have this thing called a whole rest, which I talked about in that early sheet music video. But most of our lines are going to be using whole notes and whole rests. The reason those whole rests are important in the first few lines is that it gives you 4 counts to figure out which note is coming next, so you can figure out what fingers you're pushing down. The easiest way to keep track of that, though, is to keep your foot tapping through all of those rests. So you play a note for 4 counts, you rest for 4 counts, and then you play a note until you get to measure or line number 8, where they start taking away some of those rests. So where it's play a note, take a breath, and there's a little thing that looks like an apostrophe, and they even have a definition in your book. It's called a breath mark, and that just means you breathe in. And we always want to breathe in through our mouth when we play. So like in line number 8, you're going to hold for 4 counts, take a breath at the end, and then play another note for 4 counts. And if you sizzled it, it would sound like this. So there's not 4 counts of gap in between the 2 notes. Instead, there's just a quick breath. I'll play that for you on the clarinet. Here's what line 8 would sound like on the clarinet. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. And that's line 8. So for line number 9 in the book, you're going to have a whole note and then that little breath mark at the end of it in the first measure. And then immediately it switches down 1 note on your instrument. So we're going to go from E, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. D, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to show you what that sounds like on the trumpet. Here's line 9 on the trumpet. Remember, that little apostrophe above the measure is telling us to breathe. And you're basically just replacing count 4 of your whole note with a breath there so that you can come in on time. And this is what number 9 sounds like on the trumpet. 1, 2, here I go. Rest. Now I look ahead, get my notes ready. Breathe. During the rest, I look ahead. Breathe. Sorry if I missed a couple notes. It's hard to talk and teach a line at the same time and while I'm playing, but you get the idea. And if you want to listen to recordings of all of these lines, you go into modules on Canvas, and I have the entire Red Book, almost the entire Red Book, recorded, where it's literally me counting off each line. It'll sound like me saying this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you play the line. And that way, if you're struggling with knowing how the line's supposed to sound, because sometimes if you've never read music before, this just looks weird, you can hear me play through it on the recording. And if you put in earbuds while you're practicing your clarinet or trumpet, you could literally just hear the count off and play along with me. And I made it sound like a full band on the recording. So you're going to hear lots of different instruments and everything. But it's just a great tool to use. So this week, we're going to be still going through those whole notes and whole rests, trying to get up through line number 10 of switching notes, going between the 3 notes we know. Hey guys, so I wanted to give you a demonstration about how we breathe in when we have the instrument in our mouth to make it easier when we get to like line 8, 9, and 10 where they start adding breath marks. For the clarinet, I'm just going to hold up this part so you can see. But when it's in my mouth, I don't want to take my mouth away from the instrument to take a breath because that would make a lot of extra work. So what I'm going to do is curl my bottom lip over for my embouchure. My embouchure is a fancy word for my band face. Set my teeth on top. And when I breathe in between notes, I'm going to breathe in from the sides of my mouth. My teeth and my bottom lip stay in place on the mouthpiece. That way I don't have to like pull back, reset every single time. And on the trumpet, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to grab my mouthpiece. When I breathe in on the trumpet, I'm only breathing in through the side of my mouth. That way my lips can keep that feeling, and I'm not pulling it away every time I breathe, but I'm breathing like this. The side opens up, but my lip contact stays in place. That way I don't have to reset my embouchure, that band face, every single time I play a note. Hopefully that helps with the breathing concept. So your assignment from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is hopefully you finished looking at the line, or page 6, I should say. And I want you to focus on your lines 8, 9, and 10. See if you can master getting the breath mark in while changing notes. And if you can do that by the end of the week, you are great to go. And I'm going to ask that you submit me a recording of you playing line number 9 side by side. Do not worry if it sounds bad. My job is to help you. If it sounds bad, I will comment back to you and help you fix it. I'm not just going to give you a bad grade. I just want to hear you play. So don't worry about your grade right now. Worry about just getting a little bit better. And if you're completely lost, just record your video and say, I don't understand how to do this, and I will try to walk you through how to do it by yourself, okay? Thank you, guys. Have a great week. So just as a quick reminder, for Friday, you're going to submit me a video of you playing line number 9. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do what you can. If it's awful, I will help you. If it's awesome, I will applaud you. We're just going to have fun learning these instruments together. Can't wait to hear more of your stuff, guys. Have a good week.